Hello, this is Udo Dirkschneider of UDO, and you are watching CMS TV.
It is your classic metal show right here on the classicmetalshow.com. That's hell fueled with Born to Rock, and kicking off the show, we heard Benedictum with Bang, and a guy who banged a lot when he was in Korea, my good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Chris?
What is up, sir? How we doing?
Well, we're back. I am back for more, as you can see on the screen.
That's right.
And it was a nice getaway. But I'm glad to be back in the chair.
Yeah, it was a good week off. I will say, I very much enjoyed having a week off and just kind of chilling out, watching movies and recharging the batteries, so to speak.
Yeah, I needed to get away, but boy, I tell you, when I got back, I was just barraged with stuff to do again, and it kicked my ass this week between work and getting my coaching schedules done and all this other stuff. I've just been busy this week, and but this is the time I get to cut loose and enjoy myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I really don't think I talked to you. What did we talk, one time in 2 weeks?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you were busy. Dude, I'm on such a whack schedule right now. It ain't even funny. This the Starving Artist thing is really firing up.
Okay.
And Johnny's in Bulgaria. So
okay.
It's literally just like every single night him and I start texting or calling or whatever at about 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then we have these long calls till, like 5 or 6 in the morning, and then I just get up and go. Whew, I'm just burned.
Well, maybe he needs to alter his schedule to your schedule instead of the other way around.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. He's still a rock star being a rock star.
Right.
So I know there's no chance of me saying, well, you know what, you should give that up for my interests.
Yeah, I have a schedule too, pal.
Yeah. He literally said to me this week, because I asked him, we have some meetings this week because he's back this week. In fact, he's probably on a plane right now.
All right.
But he gets back this week, and we have some meetings this week. So I said to him, so what's your schedule for the week? And he's like, well, I got to record this for this project on Tuesday, but other than that, I'm available for 2 weeks. I was like, 2 weeks? And he's like, yeah, then I go back over to Fuckistan till September 9th or something.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. This guy is really hard to start a business with, but in the best way possible, because I'll tell you what, as somebody that's out on tour, the amount of work that guy gets done and sends back to me, he's working. He's working. He's just on a different time zone than I am.
Absolutely. And obviously the guy is very gifted vocalist, a very unique. He has his own unique sound about him. I don't think there's anybody out there that sounds like him. So, he's one of those identifiable voices, and a guy that you and I both like as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So he does some great work, and hey, good on him that he's so busy.
Dude, he's a busy guy. I mean, literally, he gets back tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow from, I think he's coming. Where is Sofia? Where's that?
I couldn't tell you.
Wherever that is, that's where I think he was.
Okay.
He was in Sofia.
All right.
And so he gets back tomorrow, Sunday. He has a whopping 1 day off, and then he has to go and do work. Like he's recording something for a soundtrack.
Right.
So he has to work after a whole day of trying to transform over from a 9-hour time difference or whatever it is.
Right.
It's fucking crazy, but hey, good on him, and he's a good partner to have. He's super energetic, and he doesn't sleep. Very similar to me. Yeah. So it's like, wow, this is a partnership made in heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, he's a very talented, gifted singer, and he obviously enjoys what he does because he's been doing it for 40 years.
Yeah, still loves doing it, still is doing it, still having fun. So,
and still sounds great.
Still sounds great. I mean, that's really kind of that, a lot of guys, especially in his range, because he does sing very high register.
Sure he does.
He's one of those guys that you would expect around now would be like, yeah.
Gravelly and worn out.
Yeah, you'd expect him to be worn out. He still sounds pretty much the same as those first Hardline records.
I'm sure he does. I mean, he's a Dio-esque singer as far as his talent and, sounding the same as he ever did,
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Well, hey, good on you for having a friendship and a business partnership with that guy. I mean, I know that you always liked him as an artist, but
sure.
Now you know him as a friend. I mean, that's very cool.
It is, dude, and it's such a weird thing. This partnership, this starving artist, literally came together, and this is the dumbest shit ever. It came together as something we were talking about on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me, him, and Matt from Aftershocks. We were doing an Aftershocks during the pandemic.
Right.
And he mentioned that he was doing this. And I you know how I get. I hear an idea, and I'm like, oh, man, I see that one. And I, on the spot, was like, hey, if you want somebody to get in there with you on that, I'm there. And he called me like a day or two later and was like, hey, were you serious? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Need a capable fella.
Yeah, and I mean, it's taken a little while to get started because he's been on tour, but
sure.
We, in the last week, we've signed up 14 clients.
Oh, good for you.
And some majors. And I do mean as big as they could possibly be majors, like arena band guys and guys that have hundreds and hundreds of songs to go and try and find royalties for. So
sure.
I'm very, very excited about it. I don't even have I was going to type it into Skype, but I don't have my Skype on. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I don't have nothing on. Useless.
Just not prepared. See,
I'm really not.
This is what happens when we take a week off. You just get out of the groove. And
I really do.
So it's just like, yeah, I was up here in the studio earlier today doing some of the coaching sessions. And
okay.
So while I was doing that, I was doing little making sure all my little files were up and my intro was made and that the links were up and the emails were open and the computers were rebooted and, just making sure everything was ready to go.
Right. Yeah, I actually did not get my normal nap in, so we'll see how cranky and crabby I get at some point. But but yeah, I was up doing the same thing because not only did I have to get the show ready, and of course you had to text me 10 minutes before, hey man, send me the link so I can get in.
Yeah.
But this is the first week without fucking YouTube.
Yeah, that was the plan. I know that you launched a new StreamYard. Is it the StreamYard?
Yeah, the StreamYard. It's now called, what we're using is called StreamYard on Air.
Okay.
Which is obviously for you, this doesn't seem any different, right?
No, well, I mean, you sound better.
Oh, do I? Well, hey,
you sound cleaner. I mean, and it seems like the not that there was much anyway before, but it doesn't seem like there's any lag at all.
Yeah, I mean, that could very well just be because it is a higher bandwidth thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing to it was the StreamYard on Air lets me embed the video with its own chat room.
All right, very nice.
So if people go, if people want, because I see comments in the Rumble chat room already, are we going to see some comments on screen? You have to go to the free chat. I know Rumble people, and I want to take care of Rumble more than anything. Rumble has not yet enabled themselves to StreamYard. Once they do, I will take Rumble comments into the show as well.
Okay.
For now, if you want to participate in the show, and this is for anybody. This is paying customers. This is free customers. This is whoever customers. If you go to chatandkill.com and you scroll, I don't know, maybe halfway down the page, I guess it is, there's a big red button that says, I think it says free chat or free chat and kill or something like that.
Okay.
If you click that button, it takes you to a page with the 6 episodes kind of pasted in there. And whichever one is live will be live, and you can see the chat. So
Okay.
So, look, I can put Jackal right now. There's Jackal.
Okay.
Can't spell his name right, but what the fuck? Hail and kill.
Javkal.
Javkal. I guess Jennifer got him.
Javkal 1.
Javkal 1.
Yeah.
So it's that simple now. Is I can just pop comments from, and we don't have to worry about getting banned by stupid faggot ass YouTube. We can say what we want. We can, God forbid, talk about conspiracies that they may not like.
Or disinformation.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want now.
Yeah.
No more tap dancing for the faggots at YouTube.
Right.
So I am thrilled about this, and it works well. It's fantastic. So
well, everything has good timing. I mean, we get deleted from YouTube 2 weeks ago, and you get the new platform that allows us to do what we do.
Yeah. And no, Jason, you're not going to post pictures in the chat room. I'm not going to lie. No offense to Phil Ooze, but I do not miss the rampant porn in the chat room.
Okay. Well, I don't look at the chat room that much, so I don't see that stuff. So that, I'm not even aware that he was doing that often.
Well, this goes way back to the old chat room.
Oh, the old chat.
The old chat.
You mean the Rumble chat?
The Rumble chat, yeah. Not Rumble, the video company, the other Rumble chat. And in those days, oh my God, every other post was a pulsating asshole, or the black guy that was like fucking the one girl to death. It was just like every fucking post. I was like, man,
right.
Even I'm starting to get queasy looking at this shit, and nothing bothers me. But yeah, I couldn't be happier. This thing is working really well. I gotta give it to our Rumble people too. Rumble, I love you. Dang, we got 93 fucking people already watching on Rumble.
Very nice.
10 minutes into the show.
Well, welcome aboard, Rumble people.
We love you, Rumblers.
Welcome aboard. I salute you.
I do too.
I'll give you the metal salute. I salute you, Rumble people.
Yeah, I'll give them the regular salute. How's that?
Well, you earned that salute.
That's right.
I was not in the military.
Yeah, you're a hand on harder.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a big brave soldier guy.
That's right. But yeah, so anyway, back to what we were talking about. That was my getting ready for the show tonight, was making sure everything was working, everything was lined up, making sure I had set up the chat room for the links to work, all kinds of different stuff. Mm-hmm. So real happy with that. Next week, the new app is going to go in the App Store.
Okay, very good.
So I'm not going to cancel the old app for another month or so. I want to make sure everything works before we take it out. Because otherwise then I'll have Sal hitting me up. Dude, how do I get in? I just got used to the app and now it doesn't work. It's gone.
I woke up and I looked and the app was gone.
What happened? How'd you get into my phone?
Funny.
But yeah, things are moving technologically. Things are moving along, probably in big part because of the fact that I have this thing coming up with Johnny, and I'm trying to get everything off the table.
Right.
I'm trying to get everything done so that I can really concentrate the back half of the year on making some money.
Sure. Well, that's what it's all about, making a dollar.
That's right. I'm
gonna
gonna read
a couple of shekels.
Let me see here. I'm gonna copy. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know if this will work or not. We'll see. Let me see. I'm gonna paste. I'm gonna post. And then can I just show? There. All right. This is a comment that just came in on Rumble. It's the best I can do, guys, for now. But great Nalbandian tribute last week. I really liked when Bob went to the Rainbow and partied with the Departed Rockers. I agree with that, just as far as it was very cool to watch 5 hours of Nalbandian.
Right.
It was definitely very, very cool there to, just to kind of relive some of that stuff. And we only really, I think I only did one segment of me, you, and Bob.
Okay.
I think I did one me, you, and Bob, one Skull Sessions with him and John Bush and Don Jameson.
Okay.
The tribute documentary that Matt did, that I did some interviews to help him with, but it's really Matt's project. I don't want any credit on that. Matt really put it together. And the argument he and I had over the Ellefson firing.
Right.
And I forget what the other. Oh, and the T Radio V that he did with Don Dokken.
Right.
So it was a nice kind of cross section of everything that Bob has done.
Sure.
It's just cool, man. I won't lie though. At the end of it, I was like, man, I fucking miss that guy so much, man.
He was one of a kind for sure. And again, I'm very happy that over the years I had opportunity to meet up with him on various occasions, whether it was going to NAMM or one of the Inside Metal documentary release parties, or going to the or being a part of any one of the documentaries, especially the Band versus Brand, and things like that. So, going to NAMM will never be the same because, Bob was the Pied Piper who kind of led the troop through the halls of NAMM and knew everybody and introduced me to a lot of cool people over the years. And it'll never be the same.
I can't imagine how it could be. I mean, dude, just you take NAMM out of it for a minute. Do you think you're ever going to meet anybody that knows as many people as Bob did?
Oh, well, not only he knows people, but everybody knew him.
Everybody knew Bob.
Yeah, everybody knew him.
It's a huge loss. I don't think it got nearly as much attention as it should have. I know, Brave Words and Blabbermouth and even Metallica acknowledged him, and that's cool. I just don't think he got near enough love when he passed for the accomplishments that he had.
Yeah, and not only all the accomplishments he had, but just the fact that he did all those Inside Metal documentaries.
Yeah,
all those volumes of documentary, material that was filmed and recorded for those docs, and editing and putting them together and narrating and doing all the interviews and traveling as much as he did to various locations to get interviews with so many people who contributed to those Inside Metal documentaries. So if you haven't seen those, and you're, if you are a true hard rock, metal, heavy metal, thrash fan, there's no reason why you shouldn't watch those documentaries from the beginning to the last one.
Yeah. They're free now. I mean, they're all on Tubi TV. You can watch I think even Band versus Brand is on there.
Okay.
In fact, I think even Underbelly is on there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure every one of Bob's documentaries is on Tubi.
Okay.
So you could watch them there if you really want to.
All right.
And you can see Neeley and I in a couple of them.
we got
two or three.
Yeah, we made a few little brief appearances, little cameos here and there.
Yeah, well, you were in what, 3?
I think I obviously was in Band versus Brand. I got a big chunk of time in that one, which really surprised me.
Yeah, and then you were in both of the San Francisco, the Bay Area Godfathers.
Yeah, I got a little piece in the last one, and I got some in the next to the last one.
Right, and I was in the Bay Area Godfathers once.
Right, of course.
And it's still one of the honors of my life was. It was still one of the funnest moments of my life was convincing my mom to sit and watch it on Hulu. And then I popped up on her screen and she's like, she couldn't believe that it was me on screen.
Yeah, look at you.
Look at me on Hulu.
Yeah, look at me. I'm on TV.
Yeah. See that, Mom? I'm not the big loser you think I am.
Well, I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you put that together, and it was a worthy episode in our absence.
Yeah, it was. It was really good.
So, well, good for you for being able to string that together and, give people a entertaining show while we were away.
Yeah, it was good. I very much enjoyed it. But now we're here. So
we're back again.
That's right.
Yeah. So I made my trek over to Pittsburgh last weekend. I took off and left here on Thursday and picked up my nephew who'd never been there before, and he's a San Francisco Giants fan, and
Right.
the Pirates were playing the Giants, and I just thought, well, he's never been there. He's always wanted to go, and his team was playing my team, and what a better time to introduce my nephew to the city.
Right.
And we checked into I always stay at the Wyndham on the Point, and I picked up the tab on the rooms, and the tab on the ball game, and took him around and showed him all the sights, and we met up with our good friend George Mahalovic of Aftershock.
Yeah.
We met up for dinner with him, and there was a little bonus in meeting George for dinner.
Okay.
Strangely enough, if you ever saw the movie Jack Reacher, the original Jack Reacher from 2010, that's completely filmed in Pittsburgh.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so, there's a lot of the scenes were shot quite, right around the area that we were staying. So I was kind of pointing those, places where different movie scenes were shot.
Sure.
And so my friend George says, "Hey, why don't you meet me out for dinner?" And so I went out to Robinson Town Center out that way, and he told me where the restaurant we were going to, and I pull into the parking lot, and I said to my nephew, I go, "Hey, this is the auto parts store in Jack Reacher."
Okay.
where he goes to find that chick in the
Right.
auto parts store to
Right.
find out where the guy is that he got in a fight with a couple of nights before.
Mhm.
But as soon as I pulled in the parking lot, I recognized the auto parts store right away. It was
Right.
just kind of weird. So the restaurant was right there in that same parking lot. But so we took a picture in front of the auto parts store as part of it. Was just a little bonus. I didn't know where that store was, but we
Sure.
just happened to pull in that parking lot. I just knew that was the place,
Just another of your sightseeing excursions, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it was quite an adventure. It was cool getting away with my nephew. I don't get to spend, a lot of time with him through the year.
Right.
So getting away for 3 days or so and just hanging out and just doing dude stuff was cool.
That's cool.
And he enjoyed it, and we had a fun time at the game, and they had the big Zambelli fireworks show down there, and
Okay.
so overall it was a good trip. The weather was pretty decent. I mean, I don't think we ran into any really bad weather per
Yeah.
se.
Did you catch a win, or did the Pirates act like the
Nah,
Pirates?
they lost by 2 runs. It was tied through most of the game. It was a good defensive battle
Okay.
through the whole game, but right in the what was it? I think it was in the top of the 8th. The Giants scored 2 runs on them, and they weren't
Okay.
able to come back from that.
Right.
But win or lose, it's always good to be in PNC Park. I always enjoy that.
Yeah, it's nice over there.
Mhm.
What did you think? This was your first game with the pitch clock, I'm assuming.
Yes.
What'd you think of that?
Hey, it didn't really seem to make a whole difference to me. I mean, they had the pitch clock out there in the far right field, and you could watch it counting down, pretty
Right.
quickly. But that game was over in like an hour and like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
It was quick.
it's fast, and I don't like that personally. It's like I don't understand the purpose of wanting to speed up entertainment.
I think it's just so it doesn't drag out or something, it doesn't become a boring game. It's like quick. But yeah, it was a fast game because I think we were into like an hour and 15 minutes and they were already into the 7th inning stretch.
Yeah.
It was just that fast. I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's cut a ton of time off the games. I know I've watched
Yes.
it's because the games they're like shorter than like the NBA games now.
Yep.
I always thought the NBA games felt short, especially after watching football. You watch football, I mean, football is almost to the minute 3 hours.
Right, exactly.
No matter what's going on in the game, no matter who gets hurt, who gets wheeled off, no matter what happens in the game, starts at 1 o'clock, and by 4 o'clock, maybe 4:05, it's done.
Yeah, and if it's not done and if it's not an exciting game, they cut away anyway and get into the next game anyhow. So
Exactly. But I mean, football, you're just used to that 3 hours. It feels weird when it doesn't go 3 hours. And then when you watch like basketball, not that I have in several years at this point, but when you watch basketball and it's over in like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something.
Right.
And it feels very short because it doesn't feel as long as the NBA. I know watching some of these Padres games this year, and they're just over. It's like, man, especially if you don't catch it at the start of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's been a few games I've turned on at like 11 o'clock or something because they start normally at 10 o'clock my time. And I'll be dicking around or something, and I'll see that the Padres are on, and I'll turn it on. It's like an hour in. I'm like, in the old days, I'd be like, all right, I'm catching it at the third inning. Now it's like the sixth inning. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it goes fast. When we were sitting there watching the game, and I wasn't really paying attention to the time or anything.
Sure.
But we were coming up on the seventh inning stretch, and I was just like, holy shit. It's less than 2 hours in, and we're already at the bottom of the seventh. It's like, geez.
Yeah. I'm surprised the owners are for that. I really, because they got to be losing their ass in concessions.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but it was a pretty pretty packed game. I think that they announced that there was like for Pittsburgh it was 32,000 sold.
Well, they were good for a minute there at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, they were hot. They came out hot. They were up like 10 games, and now they're like down by.
Now they're back to being Pittsburgh.
And now they're back down to 10 games, and under something like
right.
That. So it's just like, well, whatever. But again, like I said, win or lose, I just always just enjoy the experience.
Sure. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, my nephew and I, we were at the hotel, and I was telling him at this Wyndham Grand, they have a hotel bar there, and something always interesting happens there,
right.
Just kind of like maybe stir the pot a little bit or get some conversation going with other people and things.
Sure.
So my nephew and I, we were there I don't know, it was in the afternoon. It was Friday afternoon. It was about 4:30 or so. And so right. we had just been on the South Shore there, and we were up on the incline, and we were over in the Station Square area, and just kind of checking things out. And we got back to the hotel because
right.
we basically walked everywhere. We didn't drive around anywhere. We just walked everywhere.
Sure.
And so it was kind of a warm day, and we got back to the hotel, and the hotel bar was open. I said, yeah, let's go in the bar, let's get a cocktail, So we're sitting there just shooting the shit, and I see this older gentleman come kind of like almost limping in. He's got one wrist wrapped up with like an AIDS bandage, and he's kind of limping up to the bar. And this guy looked like he had a story.
Right.
And I said to my nephew, I said, this guy here, he bellies up to the bar right next to us. And I said to him, I said, sir, I said, you look like you have a story. I'd like to buy you a drink.
Nice.
And so I bought his first drink. This old guy, he said he was 80.
Right.
He didn't look 80, but he said he was 80. He grew up in Pittsburgh, and he currently lives in Las Vegas.
Okay.
He was back visiting for some family thing or another, and this guy had us laughing so hard. My nephew was crying, and and I'm not saying that figuratively.
Right.
Crying. He had tears coming out of his eye. This
awesome.
Guy was telling us stories about just the whack ass shit, growing up in Pittsburgh and stuff.
Right.
And this guy had no filter at all. He was just telling us story after story, and he was buying us drinks back and everything, and we were just having a good time just sitting there talking.
That's awesome.
His name was JJ. So JJ, if you're listening, I salute you, sir. That guy was through the war, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
how old was he?
80.
Oh wow, 80.
That's what he said. He was 80, but he didn't look 80. And he said, I said, when you came up to the bar, I said, I could tell that you had a good story in you, And he says, oh, you probably looked at me and go, who is this crippled old bum?
And you're like, well,
But it was a good time talking to that guy. But it was pretty funny. So I always enjoy just talking to the people, the locals, especially.
Sure.
The Yinzers over there, because some of those people are hysterical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although I hate the Yinzer talk.
Well, that's what's interesting about it, though, because we were over at the Hard Rock Cafe over on the south side, and the bartender there, she was another one, had a really good sense of humor, just rolled with the punches, but she was a Yinzer. She was a young gal too. She was probably maybe 30,
sure.
32, and she was just real talkative and stuff, and just real friendly. But man, did she have that accent? It's just kind of funny. So I was telling my nephew about that, because, like I said, that was his first experience with that. So he was getting a good kick out of all that.
Sure. Does anywhere else, and I mean, you've been everywhere, does anywhere else use the terms yins or yinzers?
No.
What is that?
Well, it's sort of like a mix of a dialect. It's kind of like a mix of the what is it? The
is it Yiddish or something?
No. People from Holland and Polish, and it's just like a melting pot thing, and it just sort of like morphed into that. It's Ewins, but then it just sort of became Yins.
Yeah, because, I mean, it makes me crazy. And I had to bite my tongue so much when I was, especially those first 2 years at Pinball PA, when I was over there and people would come in and they'd be like, Yin's going to be open tomorrow.
Yin's going to be open tomorrow.
Yeah. And I'd be like, yes, we will be open tomorrow. Giving them like proper English, because I don't know.
Yin's going to go over and see those buckos.
Yeah, exactly.
The buckos. So it's just pretty funny. I don't know. I get a laugh out of it. It just cracks me up.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It is funny, but man, they look at us like we're strange because we don't know that term.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're the only ones. There's like 100 miles of space that uses that word.
Yeah.
Yins.
Yeah. It's just in a little area. It's just like within 100-mile radius of Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Cause it's not even like Philly. Philly don't use yins.
Nope.
They don't, or Allentown or any of those places that are kind of over. They don't, but
east of that. Yeah.
Pittsburgh over to the Ohio line.
Yeah. You can catch a little bit of in Youngstown.
Yeah. Youngstown.
Youngstown. Yins from Youngstown.
But even the Youngstown people won't say yins.
Yeah, but you still get a little bit of that dialect.
Yeah, you get some of the dialect, and they're usually people that lived in Aliquippa. But it really is the weirdest thing that they have their own term that's completely their own.
Absolutely. So anyway, it was a good week off. I'm glad I had the opportunity to go over there and just hang out a little bit again. And I got to busy with, doing some of the life coaching sessions this week. And I want to give a shout out to Joe Thompson. He is a hardcore CMS fan.
Okay.
And he's probably outside just sitting by a fire enjoying some Jim Beam.
Nice.
Because that's what he does. He listens to us on Saturday and he sits out by a fire outside and sips some Jim Beam and laughs at our silliness.
Very good. And he's a life coach, Custy?
Well, I did a session with him and he just loves the show. And, we were kind of talking about some of his interests and things, and he likes all the stuff we like. He loves Sam Kinison, and he loves ONA, and he loved Patrice O'Neill, and he loves the original movie Clerks.
Okay.
And things like that. So, he was telling, he was kind of, reminding me of some of the, the episodes that he thought were pretty funny.
Right.
So, yeah, we got some hardcore fans out there. I've spoken to quite a few of them this week, and the ones that I've spoken to are just, rabid CMS fans. That's all I have to say. So
I'll put this up for you. So how fucked up are the coachees?
Oh, they're not fucked up. Not at all. I mean, it's not therapy. People don't understand what this is all about. This is just about, just sort of reflecting,
Right.
giving people an opportunity to kind of look into their whatever their situation is and come up with a solution for it. Well, if they're having to reach a goal or they want more of something in their life or they want a better situation, that it's kind of like a self-analyzation type thing. And
It's not my wife's a cunt. What should I do?
No, because I'm not in a position to give advice. I'm not an
Right.
advisor. I'm not a counselor. I'm just a coach. I just coach you along and make you think, for yourself.
Right.
And that's what that's all about.
Right. Well, there you go. So sign up. Well, I guess what is it? Winning with Wendell.
Yeah,
winning with Wendell at Gmail.
Wendell. Yep. winningwithwendell@gmail.com for the time being until I get my official email and website going and all that stuff. So, but yeah, if you wanted to reach out, that's how you can get a hold of me. winningwithwendell@gmail.com.
There you go. So sign up.
Yeah. So, if you want a free, session, coaching session, that's the way to do it.
There you go. Quick and easy.
So a lot of people signed up. I've been busy jumping through hoops, trying to juggle work and life and coaching and everybody that I've spoken to has been very, very cool. Everyone,
Yeah, that's cool.
Everybody's been very cool and seemed to really enjoy the experience, and I've enjoyed it right back. So everybody's been a pleasure to speak with.
Well, awesome.
Yep.
Well, in other CMSE news, the stuff that we have to send out.
Yeah, I got your text with the address set on Wednesday.
I wanted to tell everybody that so that they're not blaming you. My stuff all went out Wednesday. Finally.
Okay.
Finally, I got all my side of the stuff done. I also only sent Neeley the addresses on Wednesday. So if you're one of those guys that are getting stuff from Neeley and it isn't there yet, you still should be blaming me because it took me this long to get organized enough to get it over to get Neeley his stuff to send. So
right. So I'll get that stuff out next week. So
yeah.
But I just got the addresses and the winners on Wednesday myself. So
right. So I wanted to make sure that you weren't catching any flack.
No, I haven't caught flack from anybody.
Well, I've heard from people like not flack, but it was more of a, hey, just in case you didn't get my address, here it is. It's like, yeah, and I know. And I suck at this. I will be the first one to admit we should really have Neeley do all the contests because he's so fucking on it when we do this stuff where I'm chicken with my head cut off all the time anyway. So then trying to add something extra takes me about a month, but but the box set went out. The books went out. My shit all went out. Oof. Not cheap either. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you got to see what I have to pay when I send stuff over to Australia and things.
Oh, dude. This fucking box set, I think it cost like $25 to mail it.
I don't doubt that for a minute.
I was like, are you kidding me with this shit? Because, and honestly, you know me, I don't do stores. So I got it all ready and I had my daughter mail it.
Yeah.
And she had bought me $60 worth of these reward drinks.
Okay.
Because they're just hard to find.
Right.
There's one store that has them. When they have them for like a day. So I just gave her, I had $120 in my wallet and I gave it to her and I said, get me $60 worth of reward. And then the rest should be enough for the postage. And then you'll probably make, in my dumb head, I'm like, you'll probably make $20 or something for doing it for me. Right. She hits me up. She's like, mailing your stuff costs $75. I was like, Jesus. I was like, God damn, I got to go back to the fucking bank because what I thought was going to be $20 too much was $10 too light.
Right.
It's like, damn, this sucks.
Right.
When did postage get so expensive?
I don't know, dude. I just go over there and get it done.
I just remember when I mailed Don, when I was doing the mailing for Don's Solitary record.
Yeah, you got to remember that was probably like
20 years ago,
13 years ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah. But I mean, it was like $2.
Yeah.
It was $2 a disc or something. Now books must have been like $6 each or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, CMS shirts, when I send those out, those are typically $5 to
Are they?
$6. Yep. That's for the States, right?
Right.
But,
Yeah.
when I send it to Australia or something like that, overseas, it's usually like $27-$30.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
But I don't mind doing it. I mean, I'm glad people like the shirts, and when they get them, they seem to be happy with them. And I like, people will send us a photo or something of them going to a show or a concert and, sporting the stuff. So that's the satisfaction for me.
Sure. Did you happen to see the picture of Piercy wearing the?
Yes, I did.
I'll put it up on the screen.
Eric sent it to me.
Yeah, there it is.
There's wearing the CMS shirt.
That is so great.
Yeah, Eric sent that to me when I was in Pittsburgh.
He told the story on we had to do a Thursday edition of Chris Aiken Presents because Monday everything was fucked up. Like his internet, Dinsy's internet. We had Dinsy from Bow Wow Wow on as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And her internet was fucked. My internet was spotty. Eric's was terrible. It was we just aborted after 30 minutes. Me. I don't wait for it to fix.
Right.
I got to the 30-minute mark. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're done. But we did a redo on Thursday. And he was telling the story. And I just asked him. I was like, so Steve is just walking through the fucking hotel with this hand job fuck you pal shirt on, and he just doesn't give a shit.
Well, he wore it in his documentary too.
Well, it's one thing to wear it walking in and out of his house or the Rainbow.
Right.
This is a hotel room.
Yeah,
this is a hotel.
Yeah. Well, Don wore his on stage for like 2 years.
Yeah, but again, that fits the motif.
It does.
There's probably people coming in there with their kids to go to a family reunion or a graduation or something.
Right.
And here's Steven with a skull on his back that says, fuck you, pal, hand job.
Right, of course.
Hope your daughter reads that, your 12-year-old daughter. But I made the point, and Eric agreed, he's so famous that nobody's going to give him any shit over it.
Well, why would they?
Well, because you know how people are today. That offends me, sir.
Yeah, well, I have one on right now, and I wear it when I go like out to the radius or something like that, and nobody says a thing to me.
Yeah, but you look like you'll beat him. I mean, Steven doesn't exactly look like he'd beat anybody's ass either. That's
but
good one, Jerry.
He's Steven. Oh God, that's great, Piercy.
Right.
Exactly.
Mommy, what's a hand job? Too funny. But yeah, I thought that was great that Steven's out there wearing our shit and repping the show. I like that.
Well, I was surprised when he did his documentary, he was wearing it in the documentary. I was like, oh, that's cool. Thanks, Steven.
Yeah, that's great press for us and great. He's just, I mean, he gets it. He's one of us.
Oh, he is one of us, trust me.
Yeah, he's right in pocket.
Especially during the pandemic.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've
heard. I won't say what I've heard. I don't think you want to say what you've heard, but I think we both just sort of know.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just like, good for you, Steven. You are one of us.
All right, that's not nice, Jerry. Jesus. I'd hope Daddy's bugging her for more than a hand job.
Yeah.
If so, Daddy's going to be divorced soon once he finds himself a new one.
Yeah. Nothing worse than a dry jerk.
Nothing worse than begging for a jerk job.
Exactly.
That getting a hand job should just be the start of something when you're watching a movie or something.
Right, of course.
That shouldn't be like, do you want me to jerk you off?
Yeah.
No. I want you to suck this dick.
Right.
If you're going to do something to it, do something of value.
Exactly.
I can jerk myself off.
Right. Anybody can do that.
Yeah. Where's the specialty in that? Get that 5 times a week for the last 40 years.
Sure. It's like, you want me to do what?
Yeah. I don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, great.
All right. But nice dating you. See ya.
So where are you getting these comments? Is this in the new room? Or
these are in the new room, yeah.
Room. Oh, very, very good.
Yeah, they come in just like the YouTube ones did, except without censorship. I love it.
Right. Perfect.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I got to admit, though, the speed does look a little bit better, and the audio does sound a lot clearer. So at least to me in my headphone, that's I noticed that right away.
Yeah, it's very well. It should be. I mean, because the old one. Not to get into tech talk here, but the old one limited us to 720p.
Okay.
This allows 1080p. So whatever your internet can handle is what it's feeding you. And since you and I both have high-end internet,
right,
we're both getting 1080p.
Excellent.
Of course, Jim. Of course, Jim. We're never going back to Rumble Chat. It's been 2 fucking years. You guys haven't figured that out yet. We're never going back to it.
I mean, it was good while it lasted.
It was. We didn't have a problem with it. We just didn't want it. I didn't want it. And I'll take that hit too if you want to blame somebody, because that was all me.
Right.
I got tired of administrating it. And it was a lot of administration.
Yeah.
And now there's none. Now it's here it is, done.
Yeah, I don't have to sit there and babysit you bitches.
Look at this. Too much changing going on. Okay, old man. I hear you.
Changes.
I hear you, old man.
We always try to make it for the better.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, then put up your own fucking Rumble Chat. It's $500 a year. Wasn't that what it cost?
No, it wasn't quite that much, but it was $270 or something like that.
All right, well, there you go, Jim. Half the price, only $270 a year. You can put up your own.
Right.
You can put up all the fucking pictures you want to. You can have it old-fashioned if you want.
Sure.
In fact, if you really want to get creative, I'm sure on some online archive somewhere you can find Real Audio Player, and you can start using that too. Jesus, are you kidding me? Too much change.
Yeah. Well,
Too much change.
That new change cost me $450 this week.
Yeah. That's everything's changing. Yeah, you're right. It is, because we don't want to be everybody else. Yes. See, now he's just taunting me. I'm not even gonna put it up.
Hey,
I'll put it up. Spreaker. Oh, where'd it go? There it is.
Well, the Spreaker was great.
Spreaker was good too.
I mean, it was a good platform while it lasted.
And I'm going to say why Spreaker went away. Spreaker went away because they wouldn't let us keep all of our episodes on it. Remember, I used to have to go in
and delete a lot of them.
And delete 100 episodes a time, and it was a bitch.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't just let me sort the shit by the oldest stuff.
Yeah. You
and
had
then
to
delete them
all the way to the bottom and all the bullshit.
But scrolling all the way to the bottom was you'd scroll 10, then you had to wait for the next 10 to load. Then you scroll 10 more, then you had to wait for the next. It took about an hour just to get to the end.
Yeah.
To delete 100. So now with Anchor, Spotify, 2 things are better. One, Spotify is huge. So it gets us seen and heard a whole lot more. Right. Second, it gets us seen because they have the video podcast on Spotify. So there's that. And third, I don't ever have to delete anything. Every episode that we do for the last, how long have we been off of Spreaker? 3 years? 4 years?
Yeah, it's getting close to that.
Every single episode for the last 4 years is over there on fucking Spotify. Every one of them. And you can listen to them and you can watch them. If you were on Spreaker, you would have like the last year and a half, and that's it. Too many changes since 1865.
Yeah.
Jim using 2 Dixie cups and a string.
Yeah. I don't like this whole newfangled thing known as a rotary dial.
Yeah. Jim, are you using a Commodore 64?
All right.
Good. Good to see the fans on my side for once.
Yeah. Yeah, remember GeoCities? I wish, when you build my new website, I hope you use GeoCities.
GeoCities.com/channel/rock/help ... Wendell/winningwithwendell.html.
Do you remember all that?
Yes, I got it. Got it. Let's post it.
Yeah, now repeat that back to me.
Demon, Jim says, fuck you, I'm going to go play Pong.
Yeah.
His Atari just broke.
Right.
Good. That's it, everybody. Gang up on Jim. I like it.
Yeah.
And, of course, in the other chat, there's Sal. I can't find the link to the other chat.
He told you how to do it. Go over to chat. Scroll down about halfway, look for the live, and click on it.
Yeah. Look for the one that says free chat on chatandkill.com. It's a big red button right in the middle of the page.
In fact, I'm gonna try it on my other computer here.
All right. It's right in the middle of the page on chatandkill.com. It's really not hard.
Yep.
Is it working?
I'm just pulling up the website.
If you say that it ain't loading, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
I'm pulling it up right now. Pulling it up. It's a CMS 24/7. Keep scrolling down. Free chat. Participate in free chat here.
Wow.
I'm clicking on it. I'm looking at it.
And then you can see, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the chat. Do you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. It's right there. So.
Yep.
Whatever.
I see it. And then right in the middle, it says click to watch live.
Yeah. That's all you got to do. It's not hard.
Yeah, I'm clicking it. It's connecting. And there it is.
And there you are. There we are.
Yeah. I'm seeing
About a minute ago.
Yeah. All right. Easy enough. I see Skippy's in there, Jerry C's in there, Demon's in there, Big Roger, Anthony is in there, Jason, Jolly Jake is in there. A lot of people in there.
Yeah.
Hey, it's easy. It's easy, kids.
Anthony from Sal, how do you click?
I did it in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It was easy.
Jolly Jake, if I can find my way here, any dumbass can. See, Sal?
I just did it.
Jim, it's too hard, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
Don't give Sal the TV remote.
Can't find it, man.
Jim still plays Farmville.
Oh yeah. Farmville.
Holy
Wasn't that a Facebook game or something?
I think that wasn't that. I don't remember if that was Facebook or if that's MySpace even. That might have been MySpace.
It could have been MySpace. Wasn't that the one you had to raise animals or something?
I never played Farmville.
I know what it is. I never played it, but I remember people being really into it though.
I never did it. Like, I'm a quasi-tard. Even I can figure it out. What the hell's a quasi-tard? Is that like 4 times retarded?
Quasi retarded.
Is that less than retarded, or is that 4 times as retarded?
I think it's 4 times as retarded.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations, Jason.
My nephew, Sal, is still using Windows Vista.
Someone break out the Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Right. Well, that was a fun game, though.
It was.
Knocked his block off.
Jim never got past Glass Joe on Punch. Jim, what's your high score on Space Invader?
Right.
Oh, we're wrong. He's only a quarter tard.
Oh, a quarter tard.
Yeah, he's only a quarter tarded.
Okay. Very good.
Hell, the comments, I think people have figured out how to do the comments already now.
I noticed that. Well, there you are. You got a way to watch the show, listen and watch the show, and be able to comment.
Yeah, and I'm just looking, and by no means do I think we're any big radio show or anything, but right at this moment we have 150 people watching. That I know that on the 2 platforms that it tracks for me,
right?
Which is Rumble and our own personal chat. So we got 150 people. So thank you. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
I'll take 150.
Sure.
Now, if we could just get that fucking Styx Hexenhammer every time he goes live, it's like 13,000 people or something.
You know,
That would be nice, but
yeah, but he's been doing it for 15.
well, so have we.
Yeah, well, not, but we haven't been as consistent as he has. I mean,
Yeah, and we don't only focus on one thing, and I think that's a big part of it too.
yeah, of course.
If we focused on just one fucking thing, then we would. If all we talked about was Biden's an idiot, we'd have bigger We'd have a bigger fan base. I mean, Sal's whole family would watch.
Yep,
I would think.
Yeah, we got our niche here. That's what we're a little niche show.
That's right.
We don't have wide appeal because obviously the subject material that we cover is varying from show to show and hour to hour, and it's not focused on one very specific thing.
Yeah, and the probably unusual thing about me and you is we really don't care that much about the numbers. Really. Never have. It's just something we do. It gives us a time to kind of me and you to hang out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. Well, there we go. We are off and running.
Okay. Well, go check out the new chat and the new video chat over there at chatandkill.com. And
that's right.
Over on the button there, it says free live chat.
Free live chat.
Jump in. Be a part of it.
Get on it.
Yeah. Except for you Rumble people, because you're helping Rumble and helping a better platform.
Yes.
Become even more gooder.
It's just nice seeing it not on YouTube. That's the best part of it. It's not on fucking YouTube.
Yep.
Love that.
All right. Well, I say we take a break and we'll come back and get really cranked up here. I got a bunch of stuff to go through. I'm sure you have
I do too.
Got to go through, but I've accumulated a few things. If we get to it,
perfect.
But if not, we don't.
Well, when we come back, we'll start with yours, and we'll get to mine, or we'll take turns, or whatever we'll do.
Okay. All right. What would you like to hear?
Since you mentioned Dio,
yes,
I would like to hear some Dio, and I've been listening to Dio all week, but none of like the regular like big records,
right?
Like other than Dream Evil, because I think Thursday was the anniversary of Dream Evil, 38th anniversary or something of that record. Which God, are we getting old?
Right.
But I have fallen in love with the Master of the Moon record.
Okay.
What a good record that was that I just kind of missed when it came out. But I want to hear the song The Eyes, which is just a really kind of cool, got some cool guitar shit going on. Is that an Aldridge record? I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember.
It probably is, because that was in the 2000s, right?
He did Killing the Dragon.
Yeah. I don't remember if he also did this one or not, but whoever it is, it's got some cool guitar in it.
All right. Very good. All right. Well, we'll play a few songs. We'll come back, get into some more things here. And if you want to get a request in, you can send it over to request@theclassicmetalshow.com. Request@theclassicmetalshow.com. And if I have time, I will play your request.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's play a few songs. We'll come back, do some more stuff. So here it is. It's from the Master of the Moon release. And this is Dio with The Eyes, exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.